Interesting thing about what happened in Buffalo is it makes you think, what if it was a young black kid that went into a grocery store in like a white nice area and killed 10 to 13 people who were all white. It makes you wonder what would have happened to him. It makes you wonder how they would have handled the situation, how he would have been apprehended, how he would have been treated, how the media would have perceived him, how they would have projected him out there for the whole world to see. Um, these consistent, tragic, horrific events that continue to take place in communities across America at the hands of white men with rifles, assault rifles, and it's amazing to me how they always try to categorize it and classify it as mental illness. And it's like, first of all, hate and racism, that is a mental illness. That is a psychological disorder. That is a mental deficiency. Uh, it is that, and it's interesting that they don't call it those things too. And actuality, it's history repeating itself right before our eyes every time this happens. So a lot of these things get twisted up. A lot of these things get forgotten about, brushed under the rug, not really talked about much when it's things that's happening consistently and more now. It's easier to get a gun. It's easier to have access to a gun now. It's just people who shouldn't have any access to a gun are the very ones ending up with them, and it's exactly why these type of events continuously happen. It's very sad. It's very unfortunate for the families, for the loved ones who have to endure such a thing. Just off of the impulse and erotical actions of someone who's driven by hate and racist prejudice, stereotypic, stereotypical mindsets and mentalities. It's a problem that definitely plagues this country. It's a problem that definitely plagues everything that this country is supposed to stand for and be about. Um, there's nothing that is honorable or proud about taking the lives of innocent people. Um, like I stated before, I think this now more than ever is the time that black communities need to come together. Uh, Now more than ever, we need our black men to step up and to start banding together and figuring out a way we can keep our community safe. Figure out a way we can keep our children safe, our elderly and our handicapped safe. There has to be something figured out somewhere along the lines that doesn't involve the law, because we already know that the law isn't necessarily there to help us and protect us and serve us as we thought or as we were brainwashed to believe. So now I feel like it's getting to a point where we have to take matters into our own hands. We have to figure out how to protect ourselves since no one else is going to do it for us. You know, I don't. It's unfortunate now that how can you probably don't even feel comfortable with your grandmother or your mother or your father or your grandfather going to the store by themselves now. Even more so if you didn't already. Um, and these are the people that I feel like most predators prey on are the people who cannot defend themselves, the young, the handicapped, the elderly. Um, it's very unfortunate that the hate and the terrorism that's happening right here, right before our eyes, on our own soil, in our own backyard, in our own communities, in our own home, is still happening. in 2022. All throughout history, you look throughout all throughout history, it's literally been the same thing. It's been the same tragic events being inflicted and unleashed on the black communities, and nothing ever really changes or comes about. Um, this is why even more so the black communities in the hoods need to come together and get it together, and stop wiping each other out, stop slaughtering each other, because we're already being slaughtered as it is from so many different ways, and in so many different ways, and from so many different entities, if you will. So something has to get figured out amongst black people. Something has to get figured out amongst our communities, because right now we're fish in the barrel. Right now we're just getting literally getting picked off every day, and the war on us been on us, and it's here, and it's not going anywhere. It's been started, and it's just continuing, and it's unfortunate, because it's almost like we got to sit there and take it. It's unfortunate. It's almost like we have to kind of just stand by and wait for someone else to handle our issues and handle our problems for us, and make decisions for us and for our lives and for our communities, and while we got to stand by and take the wrath and endure the wrath. So it's amazing, and it's sad. It's unfortunate. The heartache and pain that our communities have to continue to suffer and endure, the oppression we have to continuously experience every day, you know, by the bullet, by the gun, and the brutality and the violence that we have suffered for centuries. Um, it's like, how much more do we have to endure? How much more do we have to take? How much more do we have to cry and hurt? It's all those families literally lost an elder, and we can't even imagine losing one of our parents or losing one of our grandparents to old age, much less violence and brutality, a gunshot, a such a traumatic way to leave this earth after living your whole life into your later days. It's unfortunate, and I feel so bad for those families. I feel so bad for the loved ones of those victims. Um, my truest condolences and my truest apologies go out to those families. Um, it's a feeling that no one can even imagine. It's a feeling that no one deserves. It's a feeling that no one and no community should ever have to experience or witness. But it continues to happen, and here we are in a world full of hate, stereotypes, cameras, internet. I truly do wish the best for everybody, and I truly do pray for the best for everybody. Um, I pray everyone stays safe, stay out the way, goes from point A to point B, stay close to your loved ones and to your family. and try to live the best way you can, the best way you know how. Stay loyal to those loyal to you. Help those that help you. Try to live unconditionally. Try to live and love unconditionally. That's the only way. In a world that's already filled with so much hate and so much agony and pain and hurt. It's such a cold world, and all you can do is try and show as much love as you can and be as loving as you can, patient as you can, humble as you can, no matter the situation or circumstance. It's so many come from a place of pain and hurt and conflict that it just doesn't. There's no other outcome outside of tragedy and traumatic events. And it seems like we witness it and see it every day. I don't know where this world is headed, and I don't know where things are going. But all we can do is try and stay optimistic and prayerful and faithful as much as we can, as hard as it is. Easier said than done. Cliche indeed. But it really is that simple, because that's literally all you can do. There's but so much you can control, and there's so many things that's out of your control that it makes no sense stressing over trying to change and trying to change things you don't have no control over. As much as tensions may flare because of events like this across the country, racial tensions, as much as that can very strongly be a possibility, there's another way. There's a better way. A way that helps you keep your freedom in your life. I myself had to learn that, as radical and as angry as it would make me sometimes, that there is another way, a better way, a more efficient way, a stronger way, a more unified way, a more effective way. Absolutely. Um, I pray everyone stays safe. I pray everyone has a safe week. I pray things get better sooner than later for everybody, the world. Um, I don't even know how else to put this or make this video. It's so sad, man. What's going on out here behind the scenes and front stream? It's brutal, man. It's merciless almost. It seems. I pray everyone stays safe. I really do. And have a great rest of the week. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.